The only thing I would say with this one is that there's no captions. And people typically watch videos, which is
Mhm.
crazy, without sound.
Yeah.
So imagine if I see this video and I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just going to swipe and continue. And I'm just going to stop until I see somebody with some captions. So, welcome to the Side Hustler Podcast, your go to space for content creation, actionable strategy, and the real behind the scenes of building a business while you're still balancing a full time job. Every week, we talk about what actually works, what doesn't, and how to create content that moves your business forward without burning you out. I'm your host, Carly LeBlanc. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to the Side Hustler Podcast. I am so excited to have you here because we are diving into another social media audit. So, if you're new here, welcome to the Side Hustler Podcast. My name is Carly LeBlanc, and I am a content creation agency owner here in Houston. I help service-based business owners create content that actually connects and converts into paying clients. Now, in today's episode, it's going to be a little bit different because I'm sitting down with a good friend of mine, Mia, who is a business and marketing strategist. And in this episode, we're going to be breaking down what exactly is happening on her page and why her content is not converting. If you're new here, you know that I love to talk about how to create content that connects and converts. And so in this episode, we're going to be diving in on how unclear messaging is keeping her audience confused about what she actually offers. We're going to talk about some of the shifts that she needs to make in her bio, in her content, and in her overall positioning so people understand exactly what she does and how to structure her content so it attracts the right client instead of just getting views and likes. And honestly, as we were going through this audit, I kept thinking to myself, this is not just a Mia problem. This is something that a lot of business owners struggle with. So if you have been feeling like people are landing on your profile and they're not taking action, or that your content looks good, but it's not actually turning into clients, then this episode is going to be just for you. So let's get into today's episode. Hello, Maya, and welcome to the Side Hustler Podcast.
Hello. Thanks for having me. Thanks.
Yes, I'm super excited to have you today. We're going to be diving into your socials. And so, for all the people that are not familiar with who you are or what you do, give us a little bit of insight on your business, where they can find you on socials, and what services you provide.
Yeah. So I'm Maya Anderson, based in Houston, but serving any and everywhere I can go and where my clients need me. But I focus on helping women entrepreneurs, whether they're still in that idea phase or they're fully seasoned, rolling through whatever stage you're in entrepreneurship, helping you focus on your systems, focus on your strategies, and really giving a personalized support and some action plans. I got into this space because I encountered so many different people in my corporate world and just socially where they'd gone to get support trying to build their business and they really came out with nothing. They came out with, some feel good, a couple of quotes. Maybe they helped them with an email nurture list, but they really didn't give them the tools and the plans and someone to actually support them and answer their questions. So working in a more of a consulting space, being one-on-one with my clients to help them build something that they really want and that makes money. That's important.
Awesome. Awesome. How long have you been in business for?
I've been in business for 5 years. My business has morphed into different things, but this is where I've settled in
Mhm.
consulting because I started in college just helping people form their businesses legally. And
Yeah.
then it changed as businesses do. So 5 years
Yes.
strictly consulting.
For sure. No, I tell people that all the time. I'm like, you'll probably, when you start a business, you'll probably pivot at least like 3 to 5
Yeah.
times, and then you'll find something that sticks, and you're like, okay, let's stick with
Yeah.
it. No, I got you. I got you. And so, as far as like your services that you offer, like what I know that you said consulting, but like what type of consulting services do you offer?
So, just speaking of right now, I guess because it's top of mind, I actually have two clients working on this week. We do a full workday. So, that's where a one on one service I offer where we walk through your business. We are literally in a workday. So, picture your regular structured 8 a.m. to 5, 9 a.m. to 5. And we're working, we have a structured agenda. So, everything is custom. Um, so different consulting packages and plans. So you'll have that one-on-one service. You'll have a quick strategy session with me. It just varies based on what the client may actually need. But I do
Okay.
everything custom.
Okay. Gotcha. And so do you like have a specific group of people, like say, or a specific niche that you want to focus on? Like who are you targeting?
Women in business. So women, whether you're, and maybe I need to refine it a little more, but whether you're
Hmm.
currently in business or you're still in that idea phase, those are
Okay.
the two spots.
Like service based, like
Service
product based,
service based.
service based.
Yeah.
Okay. Like hairstylist, like
Hairstylists, photographers. My two top clients right now are photographers. Um, let's see, event planners, other people in a similar consulting space. So maybe more of like a therapy, life coach type space, but
mhm.
more service based products, not so much.
Okay, gotcha. And then as far because I know like in your bio you were saying you help them like by creating clear strategies, support and actionable plans. Are you like helping them draft business plans? Are you helping them program their CRMs? Like what exactly does that mean?
I hate this because I feel like I also need to work on my wording, but we work on almost everything. So if we're working on a business plan, cool. That's not really something I suggest for my
Mhm.
clients. Business plans can be touch and go, and they change all the time.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the best thing to put your time into. So more so, if you do need help, maybe moving your nurture list from one spot to another, you need help
Okay.
actually building your nurture list because you don't know who you're targeting or what needs to be in there, how often you need to contact them.
Mhm.
Um, what
Okay.
does it fall into? Like a marketing? Does it, if it falls into marketing, if it falls into brand and the science of marketing, not so much the beautiful, sexy part of marketing, more so how do we get this? Why do we need it? What's the data behind it? How do we use it?
Yeah.
So truly more of the strategy person. Let's look at the information. Let's make sure we're actually gathering the information. A lot of people don't have systems and tools set up to gather the information that they need to keep moving.
I see. Okay. Yeah. And the reason why I'm asking is because, like, even from an outside looking in, like, whenever the first thing when I glance at your page, like, I'm still unclear of like what services that you're offering or what, like, what is the actual thing? You know what I'm saying? If
Mm-hmm.
you go onto like my social media, like, it will say, I help you create content like in a day.
Mm-hmm.
You're batching your content. That's the package. And so that's why I was asking, like, what is the service? What are we selling? What is the package? You know, is it like CRM support? Is it email support? Is it tech support? Is it admin support? Because you know, business strategies, that's such a like vague
Right.
topic.
Yeah.
But then also like support, personalized support, like are you going to go pick up my kid while so I can, you know, help make money for my business? Or are you answering emails? Like, you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So I feel like that's where we'll probably need to start because in order for us to figure out like how we can position you online to start attracting people, we have to be crystal clear on what it is that we're offering. Like this is the package A. Package A is if you are a brand new business and you need help setting up your email, setting up your CRM, setting up your domain, setting up your website. I'm your girl. Like we can clearly understand that that's what you do. But if you're like, I just help you set up your business. Well, are you helping me with business formation, getting my EIN? Like, you know, what does that look like? Because to two different people, it could be two
Yeah.
totally different things. So we got to get crystal clear. So whenever I'm throwing out these ideas, like if you think of yourself, like what is the thing that you want to be known for? Like I'm going to Maya. She's the girl that does blank. What is that?
Mm. That's a good question. Because I don't necessarily want to be known. I'm going to Maya and she's building my website because Maya's not building your website.
And Maya doesn't have
Um,
to. But what does Maya want to do?
yeah. Um,
Or what does Maya enjoy doing for others and other business owners? Like there are certain aspects, like I give myself for an example. When I first started my business, I started doing social media management.
mhm.
Hated it, like absolutely
Yeah.
hated it, but loved the content creation aspect. So I wasn't Carly that does social media management and content. I'm just Carly that does content. period. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? If you need somebody to post the content, I'm not your girl. You got to go to somebody that
Right.
that specializes in social media management. But what I can do is I can give you some bomb content for you to post to market your brand online, you know?
Mhm.
So what is that thing that you enjoy doing for your clients that, you're like, I can do this with my eyes closed. If I get an influx of people that, need help with that one thing, like I would be cool with that.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what that thing is?
So I do have this service, and I call it my reset. It's
Mhm.
where we basically go into your business, and let's say you don't actually have a plan for the next year,
Mhm.
how you're gonna grab your clients, how you're actually gonna get out in front of people and do your networking and do your planning, and do we actually have a strategy for my calendar is a mess, but I don't know what system I need to use. So it's that product where I spend an hour with a client or 2 hours, depending on what they pick. And we really go through and get you organized and get your system set up with a dedicated virtual assistant and really get some operational things in place. So I like to be more operational, and I would like to say the favorite thing I hear from my clients is that Maya really helped me organize my thoughts and get me together.
Mm.
Once they left me, they can always say, I feel like I'm clear now. I feel like I know exactly what I need to do, and I'm not in 50 different directions, feeling like I don't know what city
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah. It's given that you're kind of like a business marketing strategist, kind of sort
Okay.
of.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of giving. It's like if someone has an idea, they're like, I have this idea, but I don't know how to organize it to sell it, or I don't know how to put the systems in place to sell it.
Yeah.
Like, is that what you're more aligned with?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I feel like. So I would say business marketing strategies is definitely what it's giving, because it's like if I'm like, Maya, I have my content days. I just want to go to people's businesses and, shoot their content. If I come to you, you're going to be like, okay, you need this system to set it up,
Mhm.
but then also like we need to, create a calendar of how we're going to market this thing.
Yeah.
How are we going to get people on your email list? How we're going to, put it online. That's kind of like what you're more aligned with.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, we can work with that, Maya. Okay. Okay. So let's dive in so we can figure out how to position you as this bomb business marketing
Mhm.
strategist. Okay. So the first thing I want to talk about is your name. Right now, your name, which is the bolder part on your social page, is
Mhm.
just your name, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Instagram's like, put your name. I'm gonna put my name. However, that area is SEO optimized, so we
Okay.
need you to have those keywords in your name. Now, you could definitely have Maya Anderson vertical line, whatever
Mhm.
you do. But you want to make sure that you're putting keywords in that space that
Okay.
will allow you to pop up in the search engine. So when someone's saying typing in business marketing or marketing strategist or fill in the blank, you're
Mhm.
popping up in the search engine. So
Okay.
I would just change that to, and I think you get about 64 characters in that area. So you can kind of play with some keywords. Another thing I like to do, now the thing is that Instagram only allows you to change it twice in 14-day time frame. But what I like to do is kind of just like play with different ones. I'll change my name like, every often. Maybe one day I'm like, my name is Carly and I'm a content creator and marketing strategist. And the next thing I'm like, I'm a Houston content creator, marketing strategist.
Okay.
I kind of just switch it out to see like, if I'm seeing more people from Houston that are attracting, to
Right.
my page, or I'll just play with it. But the whole idea here is that I want you to have more keywords in that space.
Okay.
So if you need help coming up with keywords, if business strategist or business marketing strategist isn't sticking with you, you can put it into Chat GPT and ask them to kind of give
Mhm.
you some keywords that people are searching when they're looking for a business that's like yours. And then just kind of like play with it, see what tickles your phalanges. If you're like, oh, I like that, then keep it.
Okay.
If not, change it.
So going away from just putting your name and actually
Hmm.
putting some description. Okay. Because
Yes.
I was like, let me look at some examples. I think I know what she's talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and like I said, you get like about 64 characters. So you can play with different things,
Mhm.
but make sure you load it. Like, I would probably just put Mia A because
Mhm.
we don't want, your whole name to take up so many
Yeah,
characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, we
yeah.
need to use all of our characters to where we can, really pack
Totally.
it with keywords. Okay, quick pause. If creating consistent content feels like a full time job on top of your full time job, then you're going to want to hear this. I am excited to bring to you Batch, which is a new marketplace platform that I and my co founder, Lauren, have created, built for entrepreneurs and content creators. This is the marketplace that is going to connect business owners and entrepreneurs who need content with vetted local creators who can help them plan, shoot, and edit their content all in one place. So many of you have asked, when am I going to be able to book you for a content day? When can you come to my city? Do you know anyone in my city that does what you do? And this is going to be the solution. So, whether you're an entrepreneur who is tired of struggling to find reliable content creators, photographers, or maybe you're just a creator who's ready to get booked and paid without having to go through the social media marketing of your business, Batch is going to be the platform that bridges that gap. So, say for instance, if you're flying to New York for a speaking engagement and you need content there, or even if you have a vendor pop up event in New Orleans and you need content there, Batch is going to be the creator marketplace that helps you get high quality content to market your brand online. It's designed to help you finally show up online with strategy, with confidence, and create consistent content that converts and actually helps you reach your visibility and revenue goals without the overwhelm. So, if you're ready to make content creation easier and more intentional, head over to batchcontent.com. That's BATCHED content.com. Join the waitlist so you are the first to know when Batch is launched in your city. Okay. The next thing I love is your handle. I think it's on brand. Let that girl work. Like,
Yeah.
you're targeting women. We're helping them work. I'm fine
Mhm.
with it. I wouldn't change it. Your profile image, I can see you. It's a headshot. It's clear. I
Mhm.
love it because that's one thing. Even myself, when I was, my business page, I had my logo for the longest, and I'm like, people need to see who's behind,
Mhm.
who's the genius behind this amazing brand. And so I love that you have your headshot there. I wouldn't change that either. So I think that you're doing phenomenal in that
Yeah.
area. The next thing we're going to move to is your bio. So now that we have a clear idea of what it is that we're selling, we are the business marketing strategists. We're helping people take their brilliant ideas
Mhm.
and create a marketing plan, come up with the systems for that brilliant idea and executing it. And so I want you to kind of refine your bio to align with that. But make sure it's crystal clear, because what you have now, turning entrepreneurs or helping entrepreneurs turn ideas into thriving businesses with clear strategies, personalized support, and actionable plans. It's cool, but it's not clear.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if you're like, I help entrepreneurs turn their brilliant ideas into a plan that is a marketing plan that they can execute within 90 days, or
Mhm.
I help them, build their systems to where they can market their brilliant ideas in X amount of days, or something like that. Get crystal clear to where a first grader can read it and understand exactly what you do.
Okay.
And then another thing is, I know that you said you do like your work days.
Mhm.
Are those in person?
Those can be in person or they can be virtual. I try to push for them to be in person. Now, I have some footage and I hate it. It's sitting
You
on my
had some what?
I have some footage from a work day I just did and I hate it. It's just sitting on my phone and I haven't done anything with it yet.
Okay, we'll come back to that. We'll
Okay.
come back to that because we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. So is your goal to attract more Houston business owners rather
It is.
than virtual?
Yeah.
Okay, so we need to have somewhere in our name and in our bio that we are based in Houston.
Okay.
Because if not, then you're going to attract people from all over the place. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? But if you're saying I help Houston entrepreneurs, okay, she helps Houston entrepreneurs. And then that will make Houston entrepreneurs aware that you want to work with them. You
Right.
know, so I would also put your location in your bio as well.
Okay.
And then what is the next step that you want someone to take? Do they have to book a discovery call? Do they, like, what is the
I
next step?
absolutely want someone to book a discovery call.
Okay. So then we need to also have that in our bio as well. So that needs the last line
Hmm.
needs to be click this link to book a free discovery call or to schedule consultation or whatever the verbiage is that you use in your business. That should be the call to action. So if we're going over and talking about your bio again, the first line is going to be what you do, your unique value propositional statement.
Hmm.
You're going to make it crystal clear to where a first grader can understand it. And even if you just, throw some things into Chat GPT and say, hey, make this so easy to where a first grader can understand what I do, it does a really good job with that. And then also tell it to like, don't be so wordy, like keep it, short and sweet and concise.
Okay.
Because we only have 150 characters in our bio. So the first line is going to be your unique value propositional statement. The second line is going to be what did I say? I forgot already.
Book
Oh, you're
your
gonna
discovery call.
yes, your call to action. But also what we're gonna add in there, you're gonna add in there also your location so people can know where you're based. And then if you have some other characters, you can either like, put like um the actual services you provide, like you put
Mhm.
like I have like content days, or like you will have like business marketing
Mhm.
memberships or something of that sort, so people can understand what the service is that you offer. And then the last line is going to be your call to action, which is going to be book a discovery call, and then the link under that is going to be the link to book your discovery call. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Because
Okay.
the link is there now, but I could definitely see where somebody's like, what is this for? What is this link?
Mhm.
There's no real
Mhm.
direction for it.
Yeah. And that was the next thing I was going to say. So when I click on your links, I don't know what those links are. And
Yeah.
so Instagram has a feature where you can label your links. So if
Okay.
the first link, if the milkshake link is your link tree. So you
Hmm.
have a link tree inside a link tree. You know what
No.
I'm saying? Your
Oh, I
milkshake
get
is
what
a
you're
link
saying now.
tree.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's either use milkshake or let's use the Instagram built-in LinkedIn or
Okay.
link tree.
Yeah.
But what I would do is I would also change the first link to be the link to book a discovery call, because we're telling them click
Hmm.
this link to book a discovery call. That should be the first link that they, receive.
Instead of the milkshake link.
Yes.
Okay.
And then if you want to have the second link in that Instagram link tree as like your website, like visit my website or something like that, label it visit my website or check out my services or something like that. And then that could be your website link. So the
Okay.
first link I would put the discovery call link, and then the second link I will put is like just for your website for people to browse, check out your services, things of that sort.
Got it.
All right. Okay, another thing that I see you have here is your buttons. So you have the message button, but you also have the sign up button, which doesn't work.
It doesn't work. And that sign up button, I don't know if just that day Instagram did not want to cooperate with me, but it wouldn't link to my newsletter. Um,
Mm.
and like couldn't figure out how to get it off, couldn't figure out how to actually make it work. And I
Mhm.
honestly got frustrated and left it.
Yeah. So what I would do is I would change the sign up button to a contact button, and I'm gonna tell you where to put your newsletter. So you could put your newsletter in your link tree. That's number
Mhm.
one. That could be your third link. Join my weekly newsletter where I share business marketing tips
Mhm.
or things of that sort. But then also we can have your highlights. Your highlights is going to be a place where you can have like a highlight, the little bubbles,
Mhm.
where you can have one specifically for your newsletter. You can have one for your lead magnet. You can have one for frequently asked questions,
Okay.
client testimonials, things of that sort. So I would put it there. And then also, I would create some content about your newsletter, basically talking about how your newsletter is helpful to your target customer, and
Mhm.
then pin that post to the top of your page,
Okay.
which we'll get into. But I say all this to say, change the sign up button to a contact button. So if someone wants to email you, like what if somebody wants to, say, Maya, I want you to market, Honeybook or whatever, because you are, sending all these clients, and Honeybook gets on your page and they're like, we don't even know how to email this girl. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So have that as a contact button. You don't have to put your phone number, but I would put your email for sure. So if people want to reach out to you, they know how to contact you. Okay, let me put y'all onto something because if you're creating content and you're not using ManyChat, you are leaving money on the table. And that's on period. I use ManyChat for all of my DM automations, and I'm constantly telling my clients this. DM automations are one of the best ways for you to convert your content. Why? Because you're getting direct links straight to your audience without them having to wait for you to manually respond to DMs. You can send links to your lead magnets, event tickets, your offers, checkout pages, literally anything that you're selling automatically. It's fast, it's seamless, and it removes friction for your audience. But what I love most is not how just convenient it is, but how strategic it is. Because you can also track your conversions and see where your leads are coming from and understand what content is driving real results. Not just likes, not just views, actual data. And if you want to try it out, I got a code for you. Use my code to get 30% off of ManyChat for your first 3 months. You can scan the QR code on your screen, or if you're listening, head over to cdcreativecoagency.com/ManyChat to grab your discount now. Trust me, once you automate your DMs, you will never look back. And then just like I was saying also with the highlights, I would have highlights there. The highlights would be specifically as a resource library for your potential customer. So,
Mhm.
what are some questions that people will have before they inquire about your services? You can have one for frequently asked questions, one for client testimonials, one for your freebies, one for your newsletter.
Mhm.
Um, and maybe you're doing one like behind the scenes of your workday where you're giving people insight on what it's like to work with you. Those
Okay.
are probably the top 5 highlights that I would say you should have. Um, in your on your page, so that way when people are like, okay, well, what does she do, or what is it, what's included in her package, or who's worked with her before, they have all of that accessible to them in a highlight.
Okay.
Okay, so do you have any questions about anything we discussed so far before we get into content?
No, but I'm taking notes because
Okay.
all of these are things I should have done. So I'm glad you said.
Okay. Well, listen, that's why you're here. That's why you're here. Okay, so I like to go through the first 12 or the last 12 posts or the top 12 posts, sorry, on
Okay.
your page, and I kind of just audit based off of that. So
Hmm.
your pin post, the first one is an intro where you're introducing yourself. The only thing I would say with this one is that there's no captions. And people typically watch videos, which is
Hmm.
crazy, without sound.
Yeah.
So imagine if I see this video and I don't even know what you're talking about. I'm just going to swipe and continue. And I'm just going to stop until I see somebody with some captions. So make sure on all of your videos, and you can do like, it doesn't matter if you add them in the third party app or if you add them
Hmm.
in Instagram, just as long as there's captions on your videos, make
Hmm.
sure you have captions whenever you're talking and having voiceovers or things of that sort.
Okay.
And then the second one I see is the other pin post. Now, what is this pin post about? This one.
This one. So I normally do on my stories. You know how you'll post like a video and then you can put a
Mhm.
question.
Mhm.
So this was from an actual question that someone asked me, and they literally said, I tried consulting before, they spent a bunch of money and it didn't work. So in the caption, I've actually talked about it and gone through and talked about how I'm different,
Mhm.
what people usually do.
I
Um,
see. With that, I think that's a great concept. What you could have done is actually screenshot that question so it can show
okay,
like a real person. Like this is a
mhm,
real person that asked you this question. This isn't something that you just came up with off the mind like, "Oh,
right,
I think this will be a good question." And even if you did, that's fine. But this is more so going into the social proof type of content.
mhm,
Like people trust you to answer this question. And we want people to know that there are real people out here that are trusting you, that are
yeah,
asking you these questions. So I would screenshot the actual question from the person. You can either decide to keep their handle or you can, crop it
mhm,
out, and then put it on top just like you did with this. But also, I want you when you use your videos, make sure you take up the whole screen because the black border outline,
mhm.
like Instagram doesn't like when we do that. We want to take up the whole screen with our videos.
So
So
how do
make
we
sure,
do that?
so you could either zoom it in, like how
Mhm.
you drag it out.
Yeah.
You could do it that way to where it takes up the whole screen of the reel.
Okay.
Yeah, so that way when someone clicks on it, it's not this black border. Instagram
Okay.
doesn't like that. So we got to take up the whole, that's number 1.
Mhm.
I think the B-roll is a great B-roll. I wouldn't change that. I would just change the fact that change the actual overlay that you put to the actual question from
Mhm.
the client, and then just make the video to take up the whole space of the screen.
Okay.
And then I love how you have your in your comment you have a call to action. I will probably also put that call to action on the screen of the video. So like maybe like after 3 seconds it pops up and it says DM me strategy if you are ready to take
Mhm.
the next step or whatever your trigger word is. I will put it also on the screen too. Because the only way that people are going to see that call to action is if they click the see more.
Yeah.
And people are lazy.
Mhm. So
And so do you
having
have a mini chat automation for this?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
It timed
Perfect.
out, but I probably should turn something like that back on. But yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So whenever you have your B-rolls, what I want you to do is because the B-roll is great,
Mhm.
the clips that you captured is great, but one thing is that people don't know that when I look at that video, I don't know what that video is about. And so I don't know who it's for. I don't know what it's about. And so one thing that I tell people whenever they are shooting their content, their B-roll content, is to make a T chart of the challenges that your ICA is struggling and your goals that the ICA is struggling with. So one of your challenges that the ICA is that they tried consulting because you just said this. They tried consulting and it didn't work. So now when you have your B-roll like that video, you can say if you tried consulting and it did not work, here are three things that you can try within your consulting business. And then
Mhm.
you put boom boom boom, and then your call to action, which is DM me strategy if you're ready to get started, or if you're ready to take your consulting business to the next level, or whatever that looks like.
Okay.
So that's the type of wording overlay text that I would put, because if somebody is reading that first line, if you tried consulting and it didn't work or you didn't get any clients, you are specifically talking to a specific person, a person that is
Mhm.
struggling with their consulting business. But if I see this video and it says summer is basically over, now you have time to I don't know who that video is about, I don't know what it's about, I don't know what you're telling me to do.
Mhm.
So I would say take some time, brainstorm challenges that your ICA has, goals that your ICA wants to achieve. And then with each item, you create a piece of content addressing each challenge and each goal. And
Okay.
even if you say, okay, I came up with 6 challenges and 6 goals, that's 12 pieces of content. Love that for you. But
Mhm.
now, once you do the 12 for September, you just start back over in October, but maybe you change up the creative. So, say for instance, if you originally had the consulting, if you tried consulting and nothing worked out, say in September, if that was a carousel post, then we're going to take that same content concept, but we're going to change it into a reel,
Mhm.
or we're going to change it to a feed post or a graphic. Just change up the creative, but keep the idea of the concept the same. You
Okay.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And then on top of that, make sure all of your call to actions are the same. So if you're going to tell people to DM you a word, if the word is strategy, in all of your pieces of content, you're going to end your video, in your carousel, in your feed post with comment strategy to get started, or comment strategy to book a discovery call. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. Yeah.
Okay. And then I love the graphics. I think that you can do a mixture of graphics, a mixture of reels, a mixture of carousels.
Mhm.
I feel like the B rolls you have are really good. Okay, so tell me about this B roll that you captured, that or your content from your workday that you said was not good. What happened?
We were really just working, and I did not think about setting up my phone or setting up my tripod, which I had. And I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't think about setting it up to actually grab anything really meaningful. So I probably have maybe a total of 10 seconds because
And that's fine.
I
That's a
stepped
good time
out.
frame for a B roll. Y'all already know I'm all about working smarter and not harder, especially when it comes to marketing your brand. And if you're still relying only on social media to reach your audience, we need to fix that immediately. Social media is cute, but let's be real. The algorithm is unpredictable and your content is probably only reaching a small percentage of your followers. That's why I swear by email marketing, because when I send an email, I know 100% of my subscribers are getting my messages. And the best part, Flowdesk makes it ridiculously easy. You can send beautiful on-brand emails, automate your sequences, and even create landing pages without needing to be tech savvy. And because you're listening, I got you a deal. Use my code SIDEHUSTLE at checkout and you'll get 50% off your Flowdesk subscription for the next 12 months. So if you're ready to stop relying on algorithms and start building a email list that actually converts, try Flowdesk for free. And don't forget to use the code SIDEHUSTLE at checkout for that exclusive 50% off.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I just didn't like it or I was just too,
Was
I
it the
have big content.
angle? Was it like,
I don't know if it was the angle. I think I'm probably just thinking about it too hard and I just need
okay.
to use it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I would say just use it. Just use it. You already recorded it. Now
Yeah.
if you're like the angle's not good or the quality of the clip is not good, I mean sometimes you can repurpose it by just like putting
Mhm.
like a little overlay, like a black overlay over it and just, put an overlay text on top of it.
Okay.
But listen, I'm the repurpose queen because the more I repurpose content, the less I have to recreate new content.
That's
Like,
true.
you know what I'm saying? So if you already have that clip, like let's figure out how to use this clip so we don't have to, record clips. Now I do also swear by, like, there are times where you have to actually take out a day to
Mhm.
batch shoot a bunch of content, which I'm doing my session on Monday. So I have a full day. I'm, rebranding my
Mhm.
photos. I'm getting new B-rolls. I'm getting, talking head content. Like I'm doing a whole shebang, but I probably won't do that until probably like January. So I do believe that you do need a good library of content to work with. So that could either look like us working together and you booking a content day, or that could also look like you just blocking off a day in your schedule and you're like, hey, I'm going to batch shoot a bunch of B rolls today. So that way, I can repurpose. I'm going to get like 4 different outfits or 4 different tops. I'm going to maybe shoot some content at my desk. I'm probably going to go to a coffee shop. I'm probably going to get some of me like writing in a notebook, and I'm going to change
Yeah.
my outfit. So that way it's not the same outfit, the same thing every single time. So that's how I would do that. But then mix it up. So just like I told you about the T chart with the goals and the challenges,
Mhm.
you could do some B rolls for those pieces of content. You could also do some talking heads for those pieces of content. So
Okay.
maybe you're talking, about consulting and how you help people who are struggling with consulting, get clients, or how you're helping them to overcome that whole, thing of them not having clients. You can mix and match. But I would say number one, take some time, look at your schedule, block off a day, 3, 4, 5 hours where you can just focus in on batching a bunch of content. You can get ChatGPT to help you create a shot list. So
Mhm.
ChatGPT, what are some B-rolls that I could capture on my own in this time frame? What are some photos that I can capture on my own in this time frame that I can use in my business? I'm a business marketing strategist. I need, evergreen content that I can repurpose. And it's really good by creating a shot list for you to actually be able to, do
Okay.
on your own.
Okay.
Yep. But I think that you have the idea because even like, B rolls like this, where you're like on your iPad,
Yeah.
working, like this is a good B roll. I just want you to take up the whole screen. I
Okay.
just want you to take up the whole screen. You got it. Even this one too. Like I like this where you're like talking. I love
Mhm.
it. You have the right idea. You have the right idea. And then I even like this little this cover photo, this flat lay. That's a
Mhm.
good one. So I would capture a bunch of photos like that, photos of you like writing, photos of you like talking to a computer screen, like you're talking to your clients. I would definitely do that as well too, and I would mix and match those things. So a mixture of talking heads, a mixture of B rolls, and then whenever you are working with clients, try to get some kind of social proof so that way so people can see that you actually work with real people,
Okay.
because I feel like that's another reason why a lot of people don't really convert is because we can't even see if you're working with people.
Mhm.
Is this just an idea that you just came up with and you're only talking to yourself, or do people actually trust you to do
Right.
what you do? And even if one thing that I did at the beginning when I didn't have any clients, being fully transparent, when I
Mhm.
didn't have no clients, I went like 6 months without having any clients.
Mhm.
I just started to ask people like, hey, can I come and shoot content for you for free? I just need to, get content of me working with people. And
Yeah.
people love getting free stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if you just say, hey, can we hop on a call and I help you, brainstorm some things
Mhm.
for your business? One way that I would record, behind me of the
Mhm.
screen so the people can see me working and talking with someone. But then I will also get audio clips so people can hear the advice and the things that I'm telling people, to do. So maybe I'm like, hey, create a marketing plan and do this and do that. I'm going to get
Mhm.
the audio of that so then I can repurpose that on my feed. And I'll be like, this is this is Cheryl. Cheryl was struggling getting consulting gigs, and we had a call, and this is my best piece of advice to her. Or
Yeah.
this helped her change everything in her business. And then in the background, it's like, videos of you giving amazing advice like you do.
Mhm.
And people are like, oh, she knows her stuff. Cheryl trusted her, so I should trust her too.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, question.
Okay.
Just kind of like on that social proof piece. So,
Mm-hmm.
my client actually got more content than I did on Monday from this
Okay.
session, but she put it in her stories and she tagged me. Is there a way for me to see that and repull, like I guess repull it? Because I
Did
reshared it in my story, but
Yeah.
to have it, I guess to reuse.
You could text. No, I don't think there's a way that you can download it if it's on the stories. So
Yeah.
I would just text her and be like, "Hey, send me this clip." I do that all the time because sometimes like I'll be working with clients and they get like really good behind the scenes of me working. I'm like, "Hey, send me this clip so I can
Yeah.
use it."
She got, and just like you said, she got some good behind the scenes of me actually talking through some things with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then while we were in the space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell her, say, "Hey, girl, love this. You did a
Send it
good
to me.
job. Send it to me, girl." And then you can say, "Listen, while you're also at it, can you type me up a little testimonial? Talking about how amazing I am
Yeah,
because
we need
help a
that.
sister out." You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? I promise you, I will do that. And my clients laugh and they do it.
I'll take it.
I'm like, and then after a content day, like they're like, "Oh my gosh, this is absolutely amazing." I just feel like, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, say it
Mhm.
again." So like, anything to get
Okay.
social proof, because social proof is going to be the best piece of content that you can put out that sells.
Yeah.
Because if when you think about when you go on Fashion Nova, Sheen, all these other places, and you see an item and you're like, "Oh, it's cute,
But
let me
she
go see the
scrolled
reviews."
down for the reviews. Yeah.
And don't let me see somebody with a picture, because if
Hmm.
I see somebody with a picture, that's really now. If I don't see no pictures, I'm like,
Yeah.
do
I'm gonna
I
keep
feel like
going.
trying it or not? Do I feel like risking it or not? Because like Fashion Nova, you don't have
Uh-huh.
pictures. But on Sheen, like I have to see a picture for me to buy it for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah. You're right.
But
You're
think
right.
about like that's your current buying activity, if that's
Yeah.
how that's what helps you pull the trigger. Like that's the same way people think when it comes to investing in these services. Like,
Right.
they want to see the reviews, they want to see if people actually bought it before, like what
Mhm.
was their experience. And so I would say if you could get as many testimonials as possible, like you're cooking with grease for sure.
Okay. That I will do.
Yes, ma'am. Did you have any other questions?
Not that I could think of. So the bio piece was really helpful. So I'm gonna do that like when we hang up. Um,
Okay.
and then yeah. Okay. I got some stuff to work on.
Yes.
Oh,
Listen,
yeah.
this would not be a good audit if you didn't leave with homework. Okay. So
Yeah.
I hope that you got a lot of key takeaways. I hope that you are feeling good in your phalanges. You're feeling like, okay, I can
Mhm.
conquer the world. You know what I'm saying? But I think that you're on the right track for sure, and you got this.
Good. All right. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And so for all the people that are listening, where can they follow you, Maya, so that they can stay connected with you, so they can inquire if they have anything with their business that they need help with?
Yeah. So all of my handles are let that girl work. DLETDAT girl and then work. So those are all of my handles everywhere. Threads, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm off Twitter now, but I'm fully on Threads. So those are all my handles.
I love Threads. Threads is
Oh,
my
I
spot where
love it.
I just give my unhinged, like
Yes,
unsolicited advice. I'm just like,
love threads. 2 o'clock in the morning with my glasses off.
yes,
Yes.
yes, heavy on the glasses off because
Yes.
yes, I love it. Well, thank you so much for joining me on today's podcast, and I look forward to seeing you online.
Thanks, Pilot.
Thank you for tuning in to the Side Hustler podcast. If today's episode gave you clarity or the push you needed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss what's next. And if you want more behind the scenes content and strategy in real time, come hang out with me on Instagram at cd.creativeco. I'll see you in next week's episode.